In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds, Master of the day requital. Thee do we beseech for help, guide us on the right path. On the path you bestow favors, not those you lead astray. Forgive us for our sins, our unjust behavior, our lies, our lust, our laziness. Protect us from the evil of sage time, as the attacks from left, right, front, and back, and above and below. All praise is due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. My name is Eric Farad Muhammad. This is the Mahdi Tapes Part 5. The title of this section right here is The End Game. Now, definitely, I just want everybody to understand that I'm definitely not in control. I mean, when I say that, I am just a piece of a puzzle. And, you know, I've been humbled tremendously by God Almighty for my past deeds. And it's fine because it brings me back to life. So saying this, you know, all I can do is go back and reflect on past times and put that out for historical reference for the people. You know, I would like to document some events that I've been through, you know, so you guys know. And well, I'll start off when I was 19. I think I was 19 years old. I had this experience, and I'm not gonna go into the details. Well, I'm gonna go into details, but it's like I crossed worlds, you know. And I was in the same world, but I wasn't. It was a different world, and I saw the world differently. And a part of me's been chasing getting back to that world all my life. And the best way I could describe it is I saw the earth differently. The trees were different. They were the same trees. They were just more vibrant. Everything was more beautiful. Everything was more alive. And I was at one with the earth. It was a beautiful time. Beautiful. That helped to shape my experience of life on earth. Now, the society that we live in right now, it doesn't seem to be leading us in a direction towards that ultimate, you know, peaceful garden, bliss feel. It's more industrial, you know, still and mortar, but it's not a positive feel that you get from that. There's a cold, callous feeling when you get around negative people, evil people, and you can feel it. It's a coolness. It's a not the coolness in the sense of they're cool, but it's like a coldness that you'll feel. And I'm gonna tell you a funny story. In 2011, I was using the studio in Chicago. You know, studios, not Studio Chicago. I use Studio Chicago a lot too, but it was a Cali X studio. I can't remember the name of it, but KX Studio downtown on the west side. I think it was downtown, but I don't remember. But so I used to use his studio, and I was doing hip hop, and you know, I had a group or whatever, and I was just having fun, I guess, releasing some tension, trying to keep it positive, trying to get the guys to rap about more positive things. But you know, I still had to let them do their thing. It was a balance. It truly was. But one of the artists that used that studio at that time was a young kid by the name of Chief Kozart, and Keith Kozart. And one day, you know, I had booked out, you know, all the studios, and they needed to use one. And Chief Keef gang come in. I had some people in my clique that were from Harvey, Illinois, and they had an altercation with Chief Keef at a concert during that time. So I didn't want any beef. But I was just like, I wanted to see the young man do well. So I gave up my studio time to him and, let him do his rap. He had something he was trying to lay down for the radio. And, I felt like unity, we should look out for each other. So they were like, y'all could click up, we'll squash the beef, whatever. I was like, no, I'm good on that, man. I'm not into that groupie stuff. So we pulled out. Now, I got outside and I said, yo, I left my notebook in there. I gotta go back. And I went to go get my notebook and I was like, yo, y'all seen the notebook? And nobody saw it. So it was gone. And I wasn't tripping, So a few months went by, I wasn't tripping, man. I was in Miami in a limo with some friends. We were just clubbing or whatever, hanging out. And somebody said, hey, man, you got to listen to this dude, Chief Keef. And they put it in and they attached their Bluetooth to the limo stereo and start blasting this song. Love Sosa, Rarries and Rovers, I was like, play that again. And they played it again and I was like, that's catchy, but that's my hook, and I was like, this is so strange, because of all the other things that go on in my life. So I knew that Allah at that moment wanted me and Chief Keef to collide, right? So, our relationship started from that moment. Like, we've never physically met now. I mean, besides at that studio that day, I've never really ran into Chief Keef anywhere else. But we've had interactions, a lot of interactions, and I've hoped that I've been a positive influence on his life. It got violent for a minute because of I was upset about that, and I really was upset. So a lot conditioned me to do one song, and I did one song because everybody thought I was insane. When I would say things, people were like, oh, that's insane, like that never happened. And it's so unfair living the life that I've lived because, I can't complain. I've had a good life, but people were like, oh, that didn't happen or this didn't happen. And that's why I started documenting myself. I had to brand myself because I would go places and, I'm kind of a low-key person. I'm not really, trying to beat on my chest that I'm here and I'm there. And people say, well, what have you done? Who are you? And people would just look at me like I'm crazy. So it's taken away some of my polish because it's like, what am I polishing for? You got to do stuff for yourself. Remember that. You got to do it for yourself and you do it for your family. And, that whole situation, enabled me to get involved in the urban scene a little bit and get my name out there. Not necessarily for my music. The music thing was just like a cover, I guess. But to get out there involved and interact with people in the streets. And I've seen a lot of things. I've heard about a lot of things. And one of the biggest problems in Chicago is the gang violence. And when you say gang violence, you want to put the blame right on the black men. Now, black men have to accept responsibility for what they've done and what they're doing. But it's truly a simple fix. It's a fix that can be fixed tomorrow. How simple of a fix is it? It's as simple as you don't want your child to die in gang violence, send them to the Nation of Islam. It's that simple. You don't want to die in gun violence, join the Nation of Islam. It's that simple. It's the only solution. What other solution is there than you say you join your church? Well, they'll kill. You join the church, you can still get killed. Hell, you join the Nation of Islam and you can still be shot. That's what somebody I will rebuttal. So yes, you can. And it's happened before, but there will be retaliation. So, well, if I join a gang, it'll be retaliation, yes, but it'll be a different type of retaliation. See, the Nation of Islam is feared because not only because it's a military organization, but because of the teachings, the wisdom of God, and what it does to the believer's mind. So, saying all this, excuse me, I'm saying all this to try to teach and bring you back to a point. Everything's relative, you know. Everything's relative. I've had some unique experiences in my life, but I'm an individual. I have faults as well, and I'm not perfect, and I can't go around judging other people to be perfect when I'm far from perfect. So I think that you guys, the world has been a little bit unfair to judge people based upon if they don't fit in your bubble, how you see things. Your bubble is defined by social media. Your bubble is defined by, what you see in the urban communities. And you got to go outside those realms and sit on the rock and sit on the, and to think on what and where you are. And people ask, well, what's the end game? That's a good question. How does it all end? Well, the best thing that can happen is that, the black men, women, and children join the Nation of Islam. If you don't join the Nation of Islam, you're going to suffer. Your children are going to die. They're going to be oppressed, beaten, destroyed. The only solution to the gang violence, the only solution to the corruption, the only solution to the injustice is to join amongst your own. That's the only end game. There is no other solution other than that. And then we can build a new society, because it's not working. At what point do you look at everything from a rational point of view and say, listen, it's not working? And I'm going to give you an example. The black man has low morals, low self-esteem. Our ethics are not well defined. Now, these are my people, and I'm saying this realistically to us, not all black men. There's some very sharp, well-defined, high morals black men out here. But as an overall collective group here in America, we are suffering, and it's due to a principle of women raising men or raising boys without a father figure, which is the family structure has been destroyed for multitudes of years. So it's not this generation's fault. It's not even the generation before that's fault. We have to accept responsibility down the line based upon the oppression that we've been under as black folks. So I don't want to beat up on us and say, well, but I want to point out to you why it's not working. Look at what we grasp for. We grasp for a good opportunity or job, an infrastructure that's already defined. We look to promote and sell European designs and clothing that has nothing to do with our own. Our styles, oh my God. Let me give you an example. The wig industry, the hair industry, is a multi-billion-dollar industry because the black woman is still conditioned not to accept her own hair. Think about this. The black woman says she doesn't like fake lame men. And I'm sorry, sister, but I got to point something out to you, sisters. If you got on fake nails, if you got a fake eyelashes, if you have a fake hair, if you have makeup covering up your whole face, who are you? Who are you? Because if I had a fake hair, if I had a fake eyelashes, if I had a makeup, I'm in a disguise or I'm a clown. Or I don't know myself. Now, the black male, we're no better because we use our phallus as going around just sticking us, putting our penis in anything that moves. We're lust driven, sex driven, but then we don't respect the women who gives us sex. It's a completely confusing ideology. Look at those bitches. But those bitches is what we covet. It's just like, why do we even call the black woman a bitch? After all we've been through, after all she's been through. It's truly astounding. The psychosis that the black man, woman, and child are going through and have been through, it's no wonder that our mind state is what it is. Young black women in America, if you look at social media, a lot of them go, if it's not, there's some that go to school, get a good business, but it's to make it loving hip hop or loving, and to be as ratchet as they possibly can, and to, the black women's tired of being holed, so now they've turned into pimp citizens. Now they want the money. They want it all. And this is what the mind state of Satan, to put into the new age thinking. Be careful of these crystals and these idols, things that you guys are building, and they're saying it's ancestral. That's hogwash. It's nonsense. It's the jinn. You're playing with jinn. You've been brought into the modern society of civilization of things, and if you've seen magic or you've seen anything about rock or any gem or you're playing with jinn. Period. So I'm only saying these things because I've had some great things happen, and I've had some really terrible things happen, and I've had to take some time to balance out some thoughts. Money's not important. It's not. Take care of your family. All those things are important. Taking care of your society. Taking care of yourself is important, but aligning yourself with truth is the most important thing you can do. Trying to understand what righteousness is and working towards that goal. I'm a good person, and I say that because I know in my heart I'm a good person. And this world, in this present world, if you live too hard and fast in this present world, you'll lose yourself and you'll become something else. So it's good to remove yourself from the everyday buckle of, keep your proper contents of high, low, middle ground, God, Satan, morals, ethics. Keep those things in, universal mind state, because we get so caught up in the rat race of what we have to do on this level and that level. Is not as important as you think it is. It's just time. You're just wasting time. Now, it's very important that we create a new movement, and the best vehicle we have is the Nation of Islam. Now, we've had some disagreements, you might not like a lot of aspects of what's happened, but look at the product, the end result. Period. We got, we got Elijah Muhammad. It's a product of the Nation of Islam. You have Malcolm X, Malik El-Shabazz, so many other of the gods, so many names, but I'm just naming the ones that were well known, Muhammad Ali, but so many prominent families that had opportunity to own their own, and look how civilized they look and dress and act compared to how we act in the mass media thing. And Khalid Muhammad, and oh my gosh, just so much power and force. You got so many young guys now that are coming up. Even I gotta give credit to that brother Wesley Muhammad, Dr. Wesley Muhammad. You might not agree on all his stances, but that's a strong black man, sharp. That's a good example. He graduated from Morehouse, doctor. What's wrong with? Why aren't we promoting that? We should. Dr. Wesley Muhammad, I'd promote that. We don't need to be putting each other down. We don't have to agree on everything, but that's a sharp black man. That's what we. That's a prime example of what we want. Hey, that's a doctor. He went to Morehouse. That's a black institution. Let's build more black institutions across the world. Let's build more Dr. Wesleys. If our doctor says that weed's not good for us, then that's who we need to, put that into account. Now, I'm saying all these things because I think so much negative, and I've been negative too. I've attacked people too. We get so selfish and hurt that we don't see the positive or good in people. We don't. We need military training. We need infrastructure. We need discipline. We need truth. And if we don't accept some type of structure, we're gonna die, because we are dying. Look what's going on in the hoods. Look what's going on across America, across the world. So there is an easy, quick, simple solution to our problems that has been here for over 70 years. And that's the Nation of Islam. Because you got to clean yourself up. No drinking, no smoking, no drugs, no weapons. If every mother took her child down there and joined their Nation of Islam, their child would be safe. Do you love your child enough to sacrifice the liquor, the pork, the cigarettes, the pills to save your child or your children? You look towards the government for help. You look towards, people raised in this Americanized society to help. Nothing's worked. But have you looked to the Nation of Islam to help you yet? And they're just going to give you a structure. And you got to follow it. And you're going to have to go through a process. If you do these things, you will be safe. I have been a critic of the nation, not because I want to destroy the nation, because I want the nation to be the best nation. However, there's a time and a place for everything, and I'd much rather see you go join than not join. at this point in time. I would much rather see everybody in the ranks upset at me for what I have to say than you to be outside of the ranks. When I tell you Allah is not playing, God, Allah, I mean that from the most right and exact point of view I can take. And I want you to be okay. I want you to be fine. I want you to make it. So I sincerely and humbly, my most humble part of my being, ask you, listen, I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to put the liquor down. I'm going to put the drinking down. I'm not going to fornicate. I'm going to stand up and try something different. And I'm not going to kill anybody. I'm not going to be involved in that. And I'm just going to walk right down here to this mosque or to find out where the Nation of Islam and see about joining. If I got to walk, I got to walk. If I got to crawl, I got to crawl. It's the best thing for us. And black man, woman, and child. Don't let mass media define who you should be. Don't let popular information define who or what our history is. Come find out for yourself. There is no structure where they're going to put you on top. Only people that's going to put you on top is yourself and your own. So it's the most common sense thing we could do. It's not even about rhetoric or anything of that nature at this point. I am just pointing out what is the most logical thing to do when you're facing destruction. Everything is negative. The hip hop is negative. The social scenes is negative. When I say negative, say, well, how's this going out and having a good time? Then we put poison in your body. Well, we all put poisons in our body. Exactly. We're all putting poisons in our bodies and wondering why we're having all these adverse effects. And we're taking all these drugs, and then we're wondering why people are going crazy at each other, and there's all these weapons around, but you say you got to protect yourself. Who are you protecting yourselves from? You're killing each other. It's a psychosis. And my mind state is I'm trying to get back to the place of a natural, beautiful oneness with the earth, oneness with the world, oneness with the universe that I've seen and know that is so real. Because this ain't it, and I don't want to be a part of this, and I'm not going to be a part of this. So the other lectures that I gave about some of the more extreme things, yeah, that's all true. It is. But I'm a very rational person, and as long as I stay in truth, I'm going to be fine. If I go outside of truth, yeah, I'm going to have problems. So we all need to pray for each other and stay positive and, give our just due to the Most High, God, Allah. And you say, well, I don't know about Allah. Well, you might not know about Allah. Worship or pray to or manifest what you do know. Nobody can blame you. You don't have to accept my version of it. You got to get out here, read, study, in tune with you get in tune with. I thank you for, taking the time to spend with me and listen to some of the things I have to say, because I just appreciate it. I do. And I bless you. Anybody that does listen to these tapes, I definitely send my positive energy and my prayers to you and your families. And I bless you. In the name of Allah, I bless you. And you say, well, who gives you the authority? Well, it's just something that Allah's given me over time. Join the Nation of Islam. Join your branch. If there is no branch of the Nation of Islam, join, become a Muslim. Go to the mosque, go to the masjid, start praying. Clean up your life. Stop drinking, stop smoking. Just sit still. Just sit still. Or work. Work at bettering yourself, your family, Stop making everything about yourself and putting so much on yourself. You gotta love yourself, but you don't have to, indulge yourself in so much nonsense. Because really you're killing yourself instead. You think you're doing justice to yourself, but you're killing yourself and the people around you. Our whole social status scene is ridiculous in America. It is whorish. It's unbalanced. And we just sleep around. And we call our forefathers lames when they would sit and keep to themselves. And you have people wanting to get married at 16, 17, and 18, 15. Why not, man? They wanted to be with somebody, that you had to be married. Those people that waited too, but God, I could be 26 years old, never be with a woman. 30 years old, never be with a woman. But if that's what God made them wait, that's how long they had to wait. So being with one person, even if there's divorce involved, okay, fine. But it is this system of hoeing around bodies. You get a mixture of so many people within you that you just become a complex mess. And that's what we got. And we're so used to, we don't like this one thing, we move on to the next. There's no perfect combination. Very rarely. It's just what people decide to make it work and they stick it together. In this world, the people that are trying to make it work are always going to be pulled at by the people that don't have anything, or they're going to be jealous and envious of that. They're going to destroy it. If you want a happy marriage in this society, you would have to move away from all germs. When I say germs, it's just people infected with the hoish disease. I'm going to do a lecture about the economic system and what needs to be done next, because I have to get my head out the clouds per se. It's been a battle. You don't know what's going on. And it's been such a battle. And it's a spiritual battle, more so than a physical one. But it's truly a blessing. So I'm going to leave you in Assalamu alaikum. Or wa alaikum salam, and thank you for listening to the Mahdi Tapes.